Alright, so I watched Strangers Chapter 1 yesterday with my boyfriend and my friend, and I just have some thoughts that I really need to get off my chest. And I did talk to them, and I just said all of this yesterday, but I just feel like I needed to say it again. So I'm gonna make a video while I sit outside my favorite shop in Burbank. It's called Mystic Museum. And this is an overcast day, so it felt right. I needed an outing, and that's why we're all here today. Enjoy. It was a fun movie, and if The Strangers OG didn't exist, I think I would have loved it. Unfortunately, Strangers OG does exist, and Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman killed. Like, their performances in that movie were so good. I was with them the whole way through, which I cannot say for the two lead actors in this reimagining. That's not to say that they weren't good. I do like them. I love Madeline. It's just comparatively, right? One of the first issues I had with this was the lipstick incontinuity. Was the makeup artist not on set that day? Because if you see, and my boyfriend didn't notice this, but my girlfriend did. So it might just be a thing women notice because, you know, we're attuned to makeup. In the scene, when they go knock, 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 and they do this close up on her face, her lipstick liner there, the rest of the lipstick on her top lip is not. And it's such an issue. It's such a... Oh, actually, switch it. So in the close up, the lipstick was actually chef's kiss. So good. Beautiful. And I wish I had that makeup artist to do my lipstick every day because it was so good. And then they pulled back, right? And in those pulled back shots, the lip liner was there and the lipstick was gone. And I could not. It happened every time for like a good 4 minutes. And I was like, horrifying. Okay. Overall, not a huge issue with the movie. Sorry, my car is off and I am sweating a little bit. Break time. Okay, we're back. The little kids on the bikes. If you remember in the original movie, which I had watched the OG like a week before going to see this one, I loved that movie. Why wouldn't I? And I didn't think it was gonna be such the same movie. I really didn't think it would. Okay, and I'm gonna say same movie but worse, unfortunately. The little kids on the bikes at the end of the original movie were so, like, it was just like a cherry on top of the movie because they're like, are you sinner? Are you a sinner? And the fucking murderer is like, sometimes. So good. And then those little kids find the body and she screams, ending the movie, and it's just terrifying. You know, those little kids are traumatized forever. It adds a whole nother layer. And in this movie, they're at the beginning to add, I guess, a sense of eeriness at the beginning, right at the jump. But they don't, because Christian, what's his name? Ryan? I forget the main character's name. He was like, aren't we all? Which, like, is kind of humorous and kind of funny, but, like, this is supposed to be a horror movie. This is not a rom-com horror. I don't need the extra little, aren't we all sinners? Like, it didn't add the extra layer of eerie that they needed, that they really needed, that they thought they were doing with this. And especially, like, if you know the original movie, you know where those kids are, and it's just like, are they going to come back up at the end? Does this mean, since in the original movie they met the murderers at the end, are the murderers somewhere in this scene with us right now? I don't know. Okay, so those are the little kids on the bikes. Where do I even go from here? Okay, let's move on to the quietest motorcycle in existence in history. You're in like a secluded cabin in a forest and you don't hear a motorcycle pulling up or pulling away. Not once did we hear a vehicle in that movie. And I get they have a silent EV vehicle, their SUV or whatever. Those cars still make noise. They still make noise. I'm sorry, they do. Even the Teslas sound like little alien ships. You would still hear them. But a motorcycle, I'm not letting you off with that. You do not have silent motorcycles. And when he comes back after going to pick up her food, because she doesn't, in the original, he goes to get her cigarettes, right? As like a last act of like love or whatever, because they're like ending their relationship. It was really good. Go watch the original. He goes to get her food, right? And to pick up his inhaler, which he actually didn't use once aside from the beginning shot of the movie. He didn't use his inhaler once. You didn't need it that bad. You don't need to go get your inhaler. Anyway, he also gets her food. And he goes away on the motorcycle. You don't hear him leave. And then when he inevitably comes back on the motorcycle, she's cowering in the room, right? Terrified. It's silent. And he walks up, like, where did you park the motorcycle? 3 miles away? My dad owns a motorcycle. You could hear that fucking bitch for so long. And he just silently sneaks up on her to the point where she actually thinks it's the murderers? No. And while we're on the subject of vehicles, okay, so a couple different things about the vehicles. He gets smushed, right? One truck, he's driving the truck, and the truck he's driving gets smushed into a tree by the other truck, the murderer's truck, okay? Right? Squished up against the tree. And in the ending scene, they get in the truck to like drive away, and neither truck is smushed up against the tree anymore. Who moved the trucks? Did they just take a little extra time to like reposition the trucks while in between like terrorizing this couple? No, they didn't. So no vehicle continuity there either. Okay. And then what was the other thing? Why didn't he take the truck? Okay, so he's like, Madeline, my leg is stuck. You've got to leave. Run into the forest. Leave me. Okay, and she does. And then as the baghead guy, he runs away. I forget why. Doesn't matter. Christian Roy Daniel, whatever his name was, unsticks his leg, right? Gets out of the car. Gets out of the truck. And as he's limping away, Baghead had left the keys in his truck running. It was a perfectly capable vehicle to drive away in. And since Madeline's already gone into the forest, why didn't you take the truck and maybe go find her with a vehicle, a working vehicle? Why didn't you maybe just go find the police and bring them back and hope she's still alive? I don't know. Me and my friend would look at each other, we're like, take the truck! Take it! Take the truck! So dumb. Okay. Now we're doing a break, okay? Just like Madeline in the movie. Which also actually reminds me, I didn't even write this in my notes. I didn't write it down because I forgot about it, but now I remember. Fucking, he was an asshole. In the original movie, the husband, or fiance, boyfriend, whatever, he was not an asshole. You were on his side the whole time. This motherfucker made her feel bad for smoking a joint. Well, she is terrified in this house. Okay. That was a side tangent. But still. Actually, let's go back to the vehicles. AAA. This motherfucker makes a lot of money. He has AAA. And you know where AAA works? Oregon. Where the movie took place. AAA works in Oregon. There's no way in hell he's gonna let a motherfucker he thinks tampered with his truck tow it back to his garage. There's no way he's gonna be like, boop, 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 boop. Hello, AAA? Yeah, my truck won't start. Will you come out? And they'll be like, yes, sir. You're in a little remote area, so give us about 1 to 2 hours. We'll be out there, no problem. We'll tow you back to our AAA approved yards. Yes, sir. Thank you. Boom. Done. They wouldn't have... Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That motherfucker did not have AAA. Okay.